Welcome to the Pappageorge Policy Update. Today we're going to talk about a program called Michigan Works. And our guest today is Jennifer Llewellyn, and she's the Program Coordinator for the Troy Michigan Works office. Jennifer, welcome. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the program. How'd you wind up doing this?
Thank you, Senator. It's actually been 10 years. I was 19 years old when I started at the Michigan Works Troy office, and they had an opportunity in their youth program to monitor summer youth for employment opportunities in the community. It was a 3-month position, and I said, you know, I'll give it a shot, no guarantees. Worked that summer monitoring youth under the workforce. Actually, back then it was the Job Training Partnership Act, and at the end of the 3 months they asked if I would stay. And I was a sophomore at the time at Oakland University. And 2 years later, I had an internship I had to complete. I stayed there, completed the internship, and they asked me to stay as a case manager. So I had the opportunity to work with dislocated workers for about 2 years, helping them access training programs and find employment. And then in 2001, I was promoted to the coordinator, which it's wonderful opportunities working with both businesses and job seekers, finding jobs, creating opportunities in Oakland County, and it's been a great road for me.
So after 10 years, if you like it, you'll stay, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I look back and I think, you know, I made this 3-month commitment, and here I am 10 years later, and I love what I do. You know, I feel like you really make. I have the opportunity to really make a difference in people's lives.
Now, what kind of commute do you have? Where do you live?
I live in Chesterfield Township, which is northern Macomb. And it's about half hour on a good day. Depends on how much construction is out there. So.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Michigan Works.
Sure.
Tell us about it.
Well, Michigan Works is the statewide delivery system for job seekers and employers to offer an array of services, whether it's training funds, employment opportunities, all of the job seeker and employer services. They're often referred to as one-stops because the premise is that you can come to one location and access all of the services that you need in that one location. In the state of Michigan, there are over 100 Michigan Works locations. They've taken the state of Michigan and cut it into 25 sections called Michigan Works areas, and it's based on population size. So Oakland County is its own Michigan Works area. We have 9 centers in Oakland County that deliver all of the services to the community. So employers and job seekers can visit one of those 9 Michigan Works offices to access services. And as you can see from the slide, to find a location nearest you, you can call the 1-800-285-WORKS number or log on to www.mishworks.org to find a center closest to you.
Well, I visited that center some time ago, and I was very impressed.
Well, thank you.
And the one-stop idea is perfect.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to be shuffling people all over the place. Guy goes in there and says, I'm here because I need a job, and you say, well, this isn't the I need a job office. Let me give you the address.
Absolutely. It's really important for people to come into the center and see what we have to offer. You know, these days with the internet, people get in the comfort of their own home, sit in their own chair, and do their job search online, but there's so many opportunities, workshops, networking groups, training, skills upgrading available right in the one-stop. And if people aren't coming in and taking advantage of those resources, this is your taxpayer dollars at work, and all those times you wonder, you know, I'm paying these taxes and what am I getting out of it? This is one of the times that you can come to Michigan Works and take advantage of the resources that are there.
Now, the funding isn't all state funding, is it?
The majority of it, my understanding, is it comes from the United States Department of Labor down to the state of Michigan through the Department of Energy, Labor, and Economic Growth. And then it's distributed out to those 25 Michigan Works areas. And then each center is independent and can bid on the opportunity to be a one-stop.
Okay, so now we have this facility. We got some smart, dedicated people like yourself in the facility. And now, how do you match up the person coming in the door with the job possibilities that are out there? How is business helping this whole process, if you will?
Well, there are quite a few ways that happens. First of all, we have the Michigan Talent Bank, which is the statewide labor exchange website, and the website address is www.mishworks.org. Job seekers can log on to that website, post their resume, search for opportunities. If they file for unemployment benefits in the state of Michigan and they don't have a return to work date, they actually have to post their resume on that site, and they have to come into Michigan Works to register. Employers, we're strongly encouraged to post their opportunities on that site. If they've received any federal contracts, they're required to post on there. If they've received any of our incumbent worker funds, they're required to post on the Talent Bank.
What was that called again? Say
the Michigan Talent Bank.
No,
Incumbent worker. Those are funds for businesses to upgrade the skills of their current workforce.
Okay.
So if they receive those funds, they're required to post on the Talent Bank as well.
So you are helping businesses stay in business by improving the quality of their workforce.
Absolutely, yeah. The Incumbent Worker Fund, it's kind of my passion. We work directly with businesses in Oakland County to provide training funds to upgrade the skills of their current workforce, either to avert layoff. Maybe they're in a situation where those employees need training so they can keep the business that they have, or they'll have to lay the workers off. Or they're a company that's growing and expanding and they need those training funds to upgrade the skills and stay competitive. So I've had a lot of companies just recently, they've got automotive designers, they want to transition into aerospace and defense work. So those CATIA V5 or unigraphic skills that they had as an automotive designer don't apply to the defense work, so they need Pro-E training. So we've funded Pro-E training for some of those workers to keep the jobs here in Michigan and keep those folks working, and hopefully those businesses can go out and get some defense work and some aerospace work. So instead of training the workers after they're laid off, you're training the workers while they're still employed, and,
Sure.
and hopefully they can keep those positions. So
now, do businesses know you're there?
we try.
Yeah.
We try.
I mean, you got to spend a lot of time just making sure people know what you can do for them, right?
Absolutely. I feel like we're one of the most underutilized resources in Michigan. We're very fortunate to have great relationships with Michigan Economic Development Corporation, Oakland County Economic Development, the City of Troy and surrounding communities, Automation Alley, and they know who we are. And so when businesses are coming to Oakland County and relocating here, or if they're having any issues with employment or retention or training, oftentimes we'll go out with that team and sit down with the company and say, what are your issues, what are your problems, what are your concerns, and what can Michigan Works do to help alleviate some of those issues.
That was going to be my next question. So somebody coming in, you're ready to help them from day one.
Absolutely.
On,
so
the
trade
need.
missions, anything that's going on as far as these attraction projects with emerging sectors, and we're involved with all of that and really trying to connect with those businesses and see how we can get. Michigan has great workers, and we just need to connect those workers with the new opportunities, and we have the resources and the training dollars to do that.
All right, let's take a person that recently lost their job. Let's say it's a GM employee, which unfortunately that's happening
Yes.
rather drastically and more than one time. So this person goes on the internet, Yellow Pages, somehow finds that you're located in Troy. And they call up and say, I just lost, I've been laid off. I understand you can assist me. Now what happens? Do you set an appointment up for them, or can they just walk in? How are you set to take care of a person who wants to come through the door?